Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Flippin Tables. Man, it is another great Tuesday. We are in the house tonight. I can't wait to start this conversation. Guys, if you want to be a part of the show, please go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the share button, share with 2 people you like and 1 person you do not. If you want to give to the channel, please do so. But you see the Cash App scrolling at the bottom of the screen. If it's more convenient for you, you can do a super chat that's at the bottom of the chat as well. Man, it's good to be back. You guys see the title tonight, Because She Can. When the system becomes a weapon against black men. Now, a lot of people don't want to talk about these sensitive conversations. I don't care. I think there's a lot of men suffering in silence. I was reading some statistics today that said that black men are very, very, very high in self-deletion. They're very, very high in self-deletion. And from the age of 15 years old and up, they're just taking themselves out. Men are under a lot of stress. Men have lost all their power as far as the dynamics of the family. If a man pisses the wrong person off, he could lose his job, his reputation, his character could be tainted. He could lose his children. He could pay a lot of money out and not get anything in return. This is what black men are dealing with in the world today. And we're going to talk about it tonight. Because she can. What do I mean by because she can? What I mean by because she can is because she can. She can get you up out the house by calling the local authorities. She can lie and say that you did something to her in the physical nature and get you removed from the home. She can call the child support people, even though you've come up with a payment option, a payment plan with her, and you send her the money. She can go to them. She can. Because she can. Because she can. If any men are dealing with that out there tonight that are watching right now, you may not want to put a 1 in the chat, but you should. And I would like to know how some of you men feel when it comes to being emasculated, not only by the mother of your children, but by the system who has created a system to get richer by the moment, to get richer by the day, to get richer and more rich. And I was looking at Georgia. Georgia, it's $1 billion industry everywhere, but child support is $1 billion industry, guys. Particularly in Georgia, they had, I think, $2.3 billion in revenue off of child support fees alone. So we're going to deal with it today. We're going to deal with because she can. I think as a people, as a black people, we have lost our way. We have lost our way. Men can no longer listen. Let me tell you something I've learned over the last few years. Men who had a backbone no longer have one, and the ones who don't have one are more biased toward the women and what they believe. Their mama's boys, they the soggy bottom boys, the sissy boys. Who takes the side of women and can't stand in the gap for men. Now, I will say this, when it comes to men, men have lost their backbones. They've lost them. And the reason they've lost their backbone is simply because of this. The system said, we don't care what you stand for. We got a chair to sit you back down in. You're not going to stop our progress. Here in the state of Texas, where I live, child support is used to fund the retirement fund for retired judges, retired federal workers. The child support fees are used to fund that. And so, you know, as a black man, when you go into the courtroom, knowing that, most men probably don't know that. But when you go in the courtroom knowing that they're going to do whatever it takes to get as much child support out of you as possible, because they know those fees from the child support is going to benefit them when they decide to retire. Isn't it sad? Isn't it sad? Isn't it sad that a black man can't have a backbone? A black man have a backbone today. And he say what's on his mind today. And he try to rule with an iron fist today. He'll be humiliated, emasculated immediately. There was a time when a man spoke a word and he said something. He meant what he said and said what he meant. Everyone became quiet and they listened to the authoritative voice of the grandfather, the great grandfather, the father, the oldest brother, the uncles. They were heard. They were listened to. Today, there's a big fuck you from everybody. Nobody listens. And I see now that the deletion rate for men to delete themselves, we can't say the S word on YouTube, but for men to delete themselves at the high rate that they are, from the age of 15 years old all the way up to 26, the rates are enormous on how men are taking their own lives. Can we look at some reasons why that could be? Can you imagine meeting a woman, enjoying time with a woman, you be with that woman, and you have children together, you marry her, have children, or you're with her in a long-term relationship, y'all have a child together, and all of a sudden she's bored with you, and just because she's bored with you, she could take half of your money, take 30% of your money for child support, 18.5% of money for alimony if you have anything worth having. Everything that you've ever worked hard for, everything you built your career on, everything that you did prior to meeting her, now she owns you because the system gives her power to own you. What do you do with that? As a man, what do you do with that? What do you say to that? How many men are dealing with that? How many men are suffering in silence with that? Black men are no longer respected at all. We have to deal with racism. We have to deal with the people at our jobs. We have to go out into the world and deal with the stresses of the world. And then we come home and have to sit in the driveway and almost sleep in the truck because it does not end on the highway. It does not end at the job. It does not end at the store. It does not end. You still have to go home and deal with whatever it is in that home that you have to deal with when you get there. And I'm telling you right now, there's some men out here who suffer in silence, who have been married for years and have been suffering in silence. How many men know what I'm talking about today? If you're listening to the sound of my voice, if you're suffering in silence, get a little closer. I don't want you to take your life. I want you to pack your bags. You no longer have to put up with it. If you're a married man, you need to be getting out of the house and moving on. The Bible says that if any man finds indecency in his wife, he is to give her a certificate of divorce and ask her to leave his home. I'll say that again for the people in the back. The Bible says, for the believers out there, if you find any indecency in your wife, you are to give her a certificate of divorce and ask her to leave your house. The Bible also says that he wants us to live life and live life more abundantly. Abundantly, what does that mean? Full of something, having a lot. He wants us to be happy. He wants us to have a smile on his face, moments of joy, right? Because happiness is temporary. Moments of joy. He wants us to have joy. He wants us to have land. He wants us to have money. He wants us to be fulfilled. He wants us to be happy here on earth with the time that he has given us. And men, how can you be happy when you're waking up to a demon every day? How is it possible? And I know a lot of you are scared. I know a lot of you probably watching right now, and you're scared. You're scared because you're going to get put on child support. You're scared because this woman is going to corrupt your character. You're scared. You have fear. There's some fear inside of you that won't allow you to make this step necessary. But I'm here to tell you that you should make it. Don't let another pastor tell you that you need to stay in something that's not good for you. I have a question. If someone hired you for a job and they told you a part of the job, when they hired you, you're in it, you're committed to it. And they told you when you get into the second year of your job, you're going to be working in high levels of radiation. How many of you are going to stay committed to a job that has high radiation? How many of you are going to deal with the fact that you may end up with certain cancers from the radiation, certain sicknesses, weaknesses, time away from work, stress, depression from working in high levels of radiation? How many of you would continue to work? I'm thinking that you would not. Well, this can be compared to marriage. If you're in a marriage and you've done all you can do, you went to work. You are not perfect. No man's perfect. The only good, perfect, and good being is Jesus. So you worked your ass off for years. You've done what you're supposed to do. You're imperfect. You've worked. You've had your arguments. You've had your misunderstandings. But when it comes to her emasculating you, calling you out of your name, how many men out there under the sound of my voice have heard, bitch ass nigga, you stupid mother, I don't want you. I don't need you. I don't need a man. I can do bad all by myself. If you're listening to me right now and this is what you're going through and you're watching this with the one that's doing it to you, it's time to take a stand. We take a stand for everything else. We take a stand to root for our favorite football teams. We take a stand at our children's graduations. We take a stand for everything else. But men, when are we going to start taking a stance for ourselves? Let me pause here parenthetically here. I want to invite some people and say hey to some people who just came in the chat. We got George E1I3Q. He said, what's today's Yap session about? Thank you, sir. I appreciate you for being here. Odin33356 says, Uncle Daddy, crazy. What's up? Selena a sushi. I know what you're talking about. Absolutely. Thank you. And then we got Linda in the building. She said, hey, she said, hola. She's in Indonesia. Thank you so much for being here tonight. And thank you for watching all the way in Indonesia. I appreciate that. What time is it there if you're still watching? But back to the conversation. Men, it is time. It's time to remove yourself from stressful situations. It is time to remove yourself because God wants you to live life and live life more abundantly. Yes, I know the Bible says love is long suffering. But the Bible also says, wives, love your husbands. Husbands, love your wives. Wives, respect your husbands. There should not be any disrespect. You should not have a woman who is having sex with her coworkers, having sex with her homeboys, hanging out with other men. You should be priority. There should be no male friends. I've never read, if you're a believer, I've never read in the Bible a married couple who had a woman who had a male friend. It is very disrespectful in the Bible. And in those days, she'd be stoned to death. When are we going to get, when are men going to take their cojones back? When are men going to say, I'm no longer going to put up with the disrespect with you in another man's face? I'm not going to put up with the disrespect with you being calling another man, texting another man. I'm not going to be disrespected and emasculated in front of my children. I'm not going to be emasculated in front of my family or your family. I'm not going to stay in a home where I'm not the head in this house. Everyone, unconscious, conscious, thank you for being here. Everyone, listen to this. If you are in a marriage and you are encouraged to get married, and your marriage, you're on the brink of having a nervous breakdown or going through severe depression, that is not something God wants. And I don't care what anybody else says, because I've learned something. Just because God allowed it does not mean God approved it. We're going to clip that right there. Just because God allowed it does not mean God approved it. There's a lot of men who are suffering in toxicity right now, who's at the edge of their bed right now, contemplating taking their own lives. I'm asking you, don't take your life. Pack your bag. You're better than that. Don't take your life. Go enjoy your life. The deletion rates, as I was quoted at the beginning of the show, they're highest amongst Black little boys and Black men. Why? The numbers are rising expeditiously. Why is that? Because we have problems. We can't imagine being a man who works your ass off every day. And when you go through listen, the Bible says that the woman was created to be the man's help. Can you imagine, men, being with a woman that you want to help you, and you go home, you can't tell her nothing? You can't, and you can't be vulnerable. And this is why men are not vulnerable. And I'm telling you right now, a man who can't be vulnerable with his woman, he becomes dark in those areas, and he goes to do things, prostitution. He becomes emotional to the point he becomes physically violent. He starts to zone out. He starts to have issues in his life, in his mind. This is what I'm saying to you. And everybody thinks that it's okay. There are pastors out here who are telling men to stay in marriages where the woman is abusive to you. Guys, did you know that domestic violence the crown no longer belongs to men, but the crown belongs to women? That women have become more aggressive? They become more aggressive to the point they laying hands on men, and men are trying to stay restrained because they know when the police come, they don't give a damn that the woman beat you. All they care about is that you hit her back, you going to jail. These are the things that men have to deal with. These are the things that make men get to the edge of the cliff. Some may jump, some may think about it, some may just settle and just deal with it. When are we going to stop just dealing with it? When are you going to wake up in the morning and get out of bed with the demon? One of the things that men fight the most is the demon in these women. They're demonic. If you are in a sexless marriage, that is demonic. The Bible says that the wife's body belongs to the man. It says, the Bible says in 2 Timothy, do not deprive your husband of his sexual desires unless you both agree. The Bible teaches that not giving your man sex is not godly. And the opposite of godly is demonic. So many men are in sexless marriages right now. They only get sex on their birthdays and weekends, or if they go to the store and buy the right diapers, or they go to the store and buy the right milk. They may get some then on their anniversary or somebody's birthday, Easter, Father's Day, maybe. God didn't say anything about sexless marriage. He says, woman, your body belongs to your husband. Do not deprive your man of sexual desires unless you both agree. I know I'm gonna piss some people off, and I like that. I like the fact that my grandfather used to say something. He said, "I hope I piss you off enough to change your mind." What are men going to do? There are men watching right now, under the sound of my voice, that are struggling, that are suffering in silence, that's waking up every morning to a demonic woman next to them, and they go to work and they bust their ass and they come home from work and they deal with that demon. How many women out here are men who are listening right now? Put a 1 in the chat if you're listening right now that you know of, or you are a man who would go home and sit in your truck just to get a little bit of peace before you go in the house you're paying the bills in. Put a 1 in the chat. How many men are suffering in silence? How many of you in the chat know a man who is suffering in silence? How is he dealing with it? Can we talk about it? Tell me, what do you see? Do you see the signs of him getting to the edge of the cliff? Do you see the signs of the man getting tired? He's losing his way. And then we have the nerve these women have the nerve to say these men are weak. They bitch ass niggas. When you didn't drug this man, you didn't give him no sex, you didn't give him no love, you didn't give him no affection, you gave him no intimacy, whether physical or non-physical. You have done nothing, but you want everything. I used to tell my children, you have done nothing, but you want everything, but you have done nothing. It's the same. And now we're dealing with a system where women can use it against their own men. You got something you want to say? Did you say something? You got something you want to say? Because you got something you want to say, I'll put them white people in your life. This is what black women say. I'll put that white man in your life. You're going to do what I say, when I say, how I say it, or put that white man in your life. Does that sound godly to you? Does that sound like a woman you want to protect and a woman you want to cover? You can't cover it. You can't even cover them. You pray for them. You can't pray for them. You can't protect them. Baby, get down. Somebody's shooting. Out. You don't tell me what to do. He dead. You can't even cover them. You can't tell them what to do. You can't cover them. You can't pray for them. I don't need your prayer. What are you going to do? You have to find the way out. It's time to get out. I mean that with all sincerity. It's time to go. Who wants to sit and deal with that? I'm inviting everybody if they want to come up on the panel. If you have something you want to say and you have something you want to add to this conversation, I would love to have you. I'm taking a little break here to say that the link is going to be in the chat. Your camera must be on because I need to see your face in order for you to make your case. So make sure your camera's on. The link will also be linked at the top of the chat, pinned at the top of the chat as well. So come on up and let's have a conversation. If you agree and or disagree, I want to hear from you for sure. All right. I think I got the link in both chats. Let's see here. All right. Yeah. All right. I'll see you, Uncle Jeff, man. If you're welcome to come up if you need, if you want to, my brother. All right. So, but again, yeah, this is bad. This is bad for black men all the way around. The system don't give a damn about you. The system is telling you, they're peddling, they're pimping your women. They pimped your women. They pimped our women in the feminist movement when they told them that you could be equal to your man. The white woman told the black woman, we don't want to hate on you no more. We're a team. Let's go out together, get what we want. We need to be paid equally. We want to work. We want to be equal to our men. And the black women grasped a hold of that rope and got pulled in. And then they got left on an island by themselves. And to this day, it's INDE, it's independent every day. I'm independent. I don't need no man. What did that stem from? What's the root of that? Since the civil rights movement, the feminist movement, Margaret Sanger, which is one of my favorite topics to talk about because people don't talk about that demonic bitch. Margaret Sanger, who is she? She is the founder of Planned Parenthood. She's the founder of open abortions. And people can't tell me that it wasn't a motive for her. The motive was, we want to exterminate as many black babies as possible. Now, at the time, I was so proud of my people because the women said, hell no, we having big families. We want a legacy. You got us fucked up. Margaret Sanger, old half-turned werewolf face, ugly wrinkle face, white ass, said, you know what? I'm going to get other niggas to help me. And so what she did was she got the pastors and the doctors and the black nurses. And she said, go down into your neighborhoods and tell them it's okay to delete their children. And guess what those black ignorant niggas did? They went on down in their neighborhoods and told them. And guess what happened from there? We start deleting our babies left and right. You didn't want it took the responsibility of a mother and the pleasure of a father, and it tore the family apart. Not only that, let's get them WIC, let's get them food stamps, let's get them housing. So now not only can they delete the man's baby, but now if they decide to have the baby, we're going to take care of that baby under one condition, that black man cannot no longer be in the house with the family. We checking, we looking. Is that nigga there? If he there, we're going to cut everything off. And they didn't even come and look, but they put fear in black people just like they did in slavery. In slavery, they always ask the question, why were there not any gates in slavery to keep the slaves in? The slave owner said, we don't need gates when we have them captive in their minds. If we put enough fear in them, they're not going to leave here. So we don't need no gates. I remind you guys of a movie that came out in 1999, one of my favorite movies called Life. When they got there, what did the warden say? The warden said, what did the warden say? He said, here at Camp 8, we don't have no fences. Why don't we have fences? Because we have the gun line. The gun line goes from hut to hut, house to house. If you cross that gun line, you will be shot. If you so much take your Johnson out and put it over that gun line, you will be shot. They put so much fear in them that they didn't even want to leave past the house. They wouldn't cross the gun line. And there was not even a line drawn on the ground that had enough fear in them. They wouldn't even go near it. This is what happened to us. The root of the problem is what, guys? Do we know the root of the problem? Do we know the problem? The root of the problem is simple. We're weak-minded. We've allowed other people to come in on a culture that blossomed, that's talented, that's stronger, faster, more athletic, more funny. We allowed these people to come in and tear the Black family apart. We were told, kill your babies, destroy your man. One of the things I've heard is that the KKK no longer has to wear robes because they're in the courthouse, they're in the systems. And one of the things that the KKK has said is, we don't have to go burn crosses in front of their houses anymore, when we can create systems to turn their woman against them. Let me say that again, because I took my own breath away. The KKK said we don't have to. We don't have to burn crosses and kick down doors anymore and go in the house and snatch niggas out and hang them up in trees. We don't have to do that no more. Why? Because we've created systems to turn their own woman against them. So now we're going to use her to call us to kill them. How many cases have we saw where a woman has called the police on the man? He either got his head slammed into concrete on the hood of a car or worse, or shot. How many women use it? I'm going to call the police. You keep on talking to me, because they know the system is in their favor. They understand. They know. They know. We're in a bad situation, ladies and gentlemen. We're in a state of emergency here. The world has gone to shit. The Black man ain't shit. The Black woman is elevated to everything, and she's the shit. You're not, men are nothing. I just was on Facebook the other day, and there was this ignorance on Facebook of these women saying they don't need a man. They can hunt. We can hunt. We can do whatever we need to do. We can hunt. We can shoot. We can go fishing. Yeah, you can. But like I told her, if the world goes to shit and there was 22 women on the left side of the field and 22 men on the other side, and there was a deer in the middle and a smoker, I wonder who's going to be eating in the next hour, us or you guys. Everything you do requires a man, and you don't respect him. You should respect a man simply because he is one. Oh, people are going to say I disagree with that, because all men ain't good men. They're not all good men, but they're all strong enough to break your fucking neck. They're all strong enough to put their foot on your throat. Take another pause here. Guys, thank you for being here. I appreciate you being here tonight. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, share this with someone. 2 people you like, 1 person you don't. If you want to give to the channel, the Cash App is flowing at the bottom of the screen. If you want to give a super chat, it's at the bottom of the chat as well. I appreciate you guys being here. I appreciate you guys rocking with me tonight. And if you have anything you want to say, keep the comments coming in the comment section. If you want your comment to be highlighted, you have to send $5 or more in a Cash App, which is scrolling at the bottom of the screen, or a super chat, and I will read your comments on the screen and I'll shout you out. Okay. So let's get back to it. I am under the impression that there are some women out here who understand. Some women out here, they have the mission. They know what to do. They know how to nurture. They know how to love. They know how to take care of you honestly. They know how to take care of you honestly, pure. What does that look like, guys? I know a lot of us don't know what that looks like, right? We don't know what that looks like. But she's there for you. She loves you. She adores you. She wants to only be with you, around you. She's not sneaking in her DMs while you're asleep at night. She's not entertaining other men. She's not out throwing her vagina from the free throw line and everybody's rebounding it. But she's only concerned about you. The kind of woman that you need, sir, is the woman who will nurture you, love you, care for you. That's who you need. If she's not doing that for you, you have to send her down the highway. You have to. Because if you don't, she's going to be the reason why you end up in jail or worse. So we're going to watch a video real quick, guys. I want y'all to stay with me now. Stay with me now. We're going to watch a video. This is a very old video, but very important video. Everybody know Mrs. Ali. Shahrazad Ali is in the building tonight. And we're going to listen to her. And this is a very old video. And the reason I like this old video is because back in the day, women were saying this woman was stupid. They said this woman was out her goddamn mind. They said the things that she was saying was not even relevant to Black women. Women were on a whole nother level. And this shit was 30 years ago, 40 years ago, probably now. Shahrazad Ali did this speech, and it's not very long at all. She hit the points of feminism, and then she came right on her back out that thing. But she spoke, and I'm going to play it tonight because it's necessary for us to hear how this woman spoke 40 years ago. And the same thing she predicted on this video is the same thing we're going through right now. Let me pull it up. And again, thank you guys for being here. I appreciate it. All right, here we go.
And the authority of the Black man is a direct cause of the breakdown in our Black family structure. Now, of course, there are many Black people who consider those fighting words because as Black women, we have never been subject to the kind of examination that our men have been subject to since we have been here. We have been somewhat protected and shielded from any kind of critiquing about our personal behavior, whereas our men have always been up for examination. The book is not an attack on Black women. I have never said that all Black women do everything that I list in my book. None of us have lived long enough to do everything that I list in the book, but most of us do some of the things that I've listed in my book. And I do say that it is not because of generalizations that we are all victimized by some of the negative patterns of behavior in the book, but the book just represents our collective contribution. This is some of everything that we have done or that we do daily that contributes to the breakup of our relationship, the destruction of our man, and the failure of our children to be able to function. They did not tell us that all of that being my own person and I'm independent would lead to separation, loneliness, celibacy, and lesbianism. They didn't tell us that if you give up the man, you're going to take one of these things and it's worse and it will destroy your nation. They didn't give us that information. They made us think that it was some kind of glorified position to brag about the fact that I got my own job, my own credit card, my own car, so I don't need no man. I don't even know how we got that mixed up. Ain't none of that got nothing to do with being with no man.
Now, where are we today when it comes to the lesbianism? I saw a reel the other day. In that reel, it says that in the Black community, a Black lady was saying this. So this is not something that came from the mouth or the mind or the heart of a Black man. This is the Black woman speaking. She said 90% of Black women are lesbian. No, I'm sorry. 90% of, I'm lying on her. 90% of Black women are bisexual. They've either had an encounter with a woman or they desire to have an encounter with a woman, and they go on girls' trips and do their thing with the women, and they have fun doing it. Shahrazad Ali she was way ahead of her time, guys. Women are out here kissing each other in the mouth and licking and eating on each other every day. And the lady the other day says 90%. This lady is not a content creator. She was a guest on a content creator show. And if I could find this damn video, I think I got it. If I could find this video, I will let you guys hear how she broke it down. 90% of women are lesbian. Are bisexual. They desire to have the fun of the man and the woman. And the majority of women have had contact and have had sex and or put their mouth on a woman in their lifetime. 90%. Is that a mama problem? Are men able, and I don't encourage this is nasty shit, but are men able to experiment with other men and not be judged? Hell no. And I don't condone it at all. But it's okay. And then think about it. If a man say, I've been with another man, but I really want to be with you, baby. He's gay. Why are you gay? He's gay. But if a woman then licks some pussy and put her mouth and her head in somebody else's ass, they're experimenting, and they can easily come out of it, and they don't have to say they're gay. They were experimenting. So please accept my bisexuality. I was experimenting. You gay. If a black man is considered gay, you're gay. Also on that video, that man said, anything that a woman considers a man to be gay about, it's the same thing that we should look at women to be the same. If you think it's wrong for two men to be undressing in front of each other and you're undressing because it's gay, then if you're undressing and getting naked in front of a girl, that is also gay. We need to call it like we see it. We're pussyfooting, as my grandfather used to say. My grandfather used to say we're pussyfooting, meaning we're tiptoeing around the situation that needs to be addressed. If a man is doing something gay, call that shit out. But if a woman is doing the same identical thing, we're no longer men going to say that they were just experimenting. No, you're gay. Once a penis goes into the ass of a man, he's gay forever. I don't give a damn what he say. I don't care if he say, I done got hit in the ass and I'm not gay no more. I've been delivered. And I don't give a damn about none of that. If you had some dick in your ass, I don't care if you say you changed and you want to marry a woman, you gay. We need to have the same mindset for women. If you lick some pussy and had that dildo up by your chest, you gay. You bisexual. And that's where you're gonna stay. So Sister Ali here has already set the foundation 40 years ago about what I'm saying right now, 40 years later. I wasn't even born when this lady did this damn video. Shit. But she said it's gonna come a time where all these women is gonna be lesbians. And they're not gonna be married. Let's finish up. Here we go.
We have some serious relationship problems that nobody has been able to address us on because everybody wants to pretend that this is not going on.
What I just say? Everybody want to act like it ain't happening. Everybody want to act like it's not happening. It's happening. It's happening. Your woman, you go check the whole facts now. We're living in a time right now. Men go through a lot. Men are going through a lot. Now men have to worry. Damn, is my girl gonna cheat on me with a nigga or a female?
Over 60% of our women are single, widowed, separated, or divorced. They don't have a man. I just came out of Florida and they got a housing complex that the Urban League built, which is a black organization that is for women and children only. They say they don't allow any men in there.
Ooh. What did I say at the beginning of this live? What did I say at the beginning of this live? Did I not say that the man had to be at the house? See, y'all ain't gonna insult my intelligence today. Didn't I say at the beginning of the show that the man got to be at the house? I know I did. I know I did. You ain't got to tell me. I know what I said because I was sitting here when I said it. They built housing complexes, projects. She didn't want to say it 40 years ago. We can say it now. The PJs. They put all the women in there, put them on housing, and told them, you better not let us catch no man in here.
I didn't have time to deal with it, but I talked about them real bad. That's the silliest program I've ever heard of. You know them women that had men if they got a bunch of children. They need fathers. They need protection. We hear about the drug problem that we have in our projects across the country. It's one of the major places that we have a drug problem. You know, we talk about the great strength that we have as Black women. Well, the welfare department don't rent government apartments to single Black men.
God damn it. Didn't I just talk about this? Didn't I just say this? If a woman wants something, the government will provide it. They will give her housing. They will give her vouchers. They will give her WIC for the kids to get milk, cereal, rice, and pudding. They will give her food stamps to go buy all the high-calorie, high-fat foods for them babies. And then I will give her child support on top of that. Can you imagine being a woman who's mad at a man and all you got to do is kick him out? And they'll give you, and they'll tell you your rent is $20 a month. Your water bill is $3 a month. They're going to give you $800 worth of food. They're going to give you. Let's continue.
Those apartments belong to Black women who are allowing this to go on in their home. We have not looked at what part of the responsibility do we share. Yes, Black men sell a lot of drugs, and a lot of us Black women get the money from them drugs and buy some of these fancy clothes we wear. Drive around in some of these fancy cars. He is not doing these things alone and without support from us, whether they are good or bad. See, we have a lot of power. We are very strong women. I'm saying that we're using our strength in the wrong direction. We're using it to tear our man down, tear our nation down instead of building it up. Having an education and a job does not necessarily mean you have a successful life.
I feel it in my spirit. I feel it in my spirit. Oh, shout out on a boat shot. Listen to me. Did you just hear what she just said? She just said what everybody after her said. Kevin Samuel said it. Y'all ripped this man a new ass. Your education, your degrees means nothing to us. Nothing. We don't give a damn about that. All we care about is being loved, nurtured. Give me some beautiful children. Let's have a family. Everything else is a bonus. I don't give a damn about your education. But I'm gonna play that again because my spirit got lifted when she said that. Let's play it back.
Does not necessarily mean you having an education and a job does not necessarily mean you have a successful life.
Having a job and education does not warrant you happiness. It means nothing. Nothing.
I keep telling Black women that to raise a child, they say, well, I provided with food, clothing, and shelter. That's not raising a child. That's maintaining one.
I'm trying to hold myself together. Buying a kid clothes, this is where the child support thing comes in at, right? A man can send all the child support he wants. And you could take that money, which the majority of women use that money for vacation with their new dude. But you could take that money and buy them kids clothes, shoes, tablets, or anything you want to buy them, cell phones, whatever. But at the end of the day, what happens? What happens? Let's listen to it one more time.
I provided with food, clothing, and shelter. That's not raising a child. That's maintaining one.
It's not raising, it's maintaining. So any money you put towards your child is not raising your child, it's maintaining your child.
To raise a child, you need a parental coalition of a man and a woman. We have sons who are, by not having a father in the home, they don't know how to respect women. They take on the black feminine female emotionalism.
Oh, this was 40 years ago. How many of y'all see these sissies out here right now? If you don't accept sissies, you're going to lose your job. You're going to lose your livelihood. They're going to crucify you. The sissies have taken over. Saucy Santana has taken over. There are men out here who are living as women and have penises. And black women allow it. I'd be pissed if a woman came to me and said, I'm more man than you. I'd probably punch in the chest. I don't understand how black women are not in an uproar. You have to go all through all these hot flashes and cramps, periods, hot flashes, postpartum, menopause. And you're going to let a man with a skirt on tell you that he's more woman than you? Y'all allowing this sissy stuff? But what did she just say? She's cooking with good grease, not great value, but Crisco. Let's go back just for a second. Let's see.
They take on the black feminine female emotionalism.
They take on the black feminine. Yes, they do. How many of these son husbands have y'all seen? Have you seen these son husbands who the mama kissing their son in the mouth? Letting the son at 5 years old, letting the son play with her best friend's ass. Got these little boys twerking. I saw a damn video today that damn near disgusted me. I saw a little boy, the mama was showing his transition as he was becoming a girl. Huh! I'm going to find it and I'm going to play it for y'all later. A little boy sitting in the chair and she got him in there doing all this feminine stuff, waving his hand. She putting weave in his hair, and this is a child. But it's okay because the mama's doing it and nobody's going to hold her accountable. Accountability amongst black women is a non-factor. Them motherfuckers ain't holding each other accountable for nothing. They can look across the room and see their homegirl dressed like shit. They're not going to say nothing. They can see their homegirl treating their baby daddy bad and not allow him to see his kids and to see this man trying. They ain't going to say nothing. Nothing. There's no accountability in the sisterhood. None. These women are allowed to destroy and destroy and destroy and destroy. And I'm here to say, I think that the most traumatic woman on earth is black women. They're the most crucial. They're the most aggressive. They're the most abusive. Now, according to CDC statistics in domestic violence, they're the most violent. They have the most abortions. They have the most STDs. You don't believe me? Look it up. You can't tell them shit. They trying to fight the police. They trying to fight their husbands. They're abusing their children. The highest divorce rates now are in lesbian relationships. The highest domestic violence is in lesbian relationships. Meaning that men ain't the damn problem. Because women can't even live with each other, they beating the shit out of each other. And they're beating the shit out of the children. Go look up child abuse. Lesbian homes. Matter of fact, about a year ago, I was watching this documentary of this lesbian couple who got married and adopted all these black children. Jesus Christ. And they were starving the kids because the kids didn't do their chores. So they didn't let them eat for 3 or 4 days. The kids got so goddamn skinny, you can see their names coming out their throat when they was talking. They went over to the neighbor house and say, please, can you give us something, some peanut butter, something? We hungry. They called Child Protective Service. Child Protective Service came over there, nobody at the house. They bust through the door to do a wellness check. There's warm food on the table, microwave wide open, shit all over the floor like they just left, and they did. You know what these two lesbian women did? They put all those kids in a van, drove to California, and ran off the cliff in California into the ocean. They found all the kids in a 6-week span floating around in the ocean, decaying. They deleted all those babies, 8 of them. 8 of them, 2 women. Let's continue.
They're doubtful. They're indecisive. They can't make a decision. They don't know what to do about being a man because we can't teach them that. We don't have that knowledge. We have daughters who grew up in a home where they don't see any affection, where there's no man there. They go out into the world and try to mate. They don't have no idea how to be no woman to no man, how to function in a house with a man, because they haven't seen it. Most of our children, just like us, get all the information we have about how you be with a mate off television. It's the only medium that shows us anybody being together. Those rules have not worked for us. The white woman's liberation movement, we don't have anything to do with that. We have not been under the control of the black man for over 500 years. So what do we have to get liberated from them from? They haven't been our boss. That's the white woman and her man. They're going through that, and that's their business. We don't have any business being in there. They only introduced it to break down the civil rights movement. Civil rights movement started with the black man, the black woman, and the black child standing together, trying to plead for freedom, justice, and equality, and more benefits in the country that they had to have built. They threw the white woman in there with the women's liberation movement and made it a woman against man thing. That created a big separation between black men and black women because.
Uh-oh. Isn't that what I said at the beginning of the live? White women pulled y'all in with a rope and left y'all there abandoned because they went back home to their husbands, but they divided your house. If you're just coming in, hit the like button, subscribe button, hit the share button. If you want to join the panel, you could definitely do that, have a conversation. The link is at the top of the chat. If you don't see it at the top of the chat, please let me know and I'll put it in the chat. Here we go.
Then everybody start going for self. Then they bring the welfare system in and tell us in order to feed and clothe and house our children, we have to give up our man. We have to put the man out of the house. When the white farm wife goes to the government for subsidy for the farm, they don't tell her to get rid of the farmer. They keep that family together. But in the black community, they make it a requirement because they want to keep endorsing into the black community that the black man is no good and that he is not deserving of respect. He is not deserving of us letting him give us any protection or instruction, and that we are better than them. The major responsibility that the black woman has had on the earth for the trillions of years that we have been here has been one of nutrition and birthing children. Those two things have a great deal to do with the survival of any people, the reproduction of the nation, and feeding them the proper food so that they can live. Those are very important jobs. Those are very powerful positions because it puts us in a position to decide who's going to live or die and how slow they're going to die by what we feed them. We have a very powerful position. That's not a small role that we play. We have just been taught to misrepresent and misuse that power. The people who we have been counting on to give us the truth about how to get along have failed. The white people don't know how to get along. They don't have that information themselves. They don't get along with nobody on earth. So they didn't have no information to impart to us about how we're supposed to get along. They changed their relationship rules at will. We have, tons of black children around this country that I hear from who have grown up traumatized by the fact that they were referred to as the outside child. When we were having children like that, they called it illegitimate children until the white woman started having them, and now it's single parenting. See, they changed the rules according to what they're doing. So I've called on our people to change them depending on what we want to do, what our needs are. There's another need that has not been addressed in our community, because nobody will deal with it, and that's one that God did not create 3 sexes. We only have men and women. Now, I have not said that we should reject the sisters who trying to act like men and the men who trying to act like women. I'm not saying to reject them from among us, but they need to be taught. We don't have to accept that as some kind of normalcy because that's not normal.
Ooh, it ain't
I'm
normal.
trying to demonstrate how they have set rules that they have forced us to follow that they don't even follow themselves. They change the rules to suit them when they get ready. We can change them to suit us when we get ready, especially if we have what we have now, which is a failing system. It hasn't worked for us. We don't have to be ashamed that it hasn't worked for us. But we do have to be ashamed of the fact that we keep plodding behind it and not trying to make the corrections that will help our people to survive.
He wants to keep us in this condition. He wants to keep us separated from our man. Because he knows that the only door, the only route he has to destroy our black man is through the black woman.
Whoa. Wait a minute. What did she just say? Did she just say? Did she just say? I know she just didn't say what I thought she said, because what she thought she said is what I heard her say. She said that they don't have to come at us no more. Why? Because what? Because they're going to use our women against us. The system. When the system, look at the title of the show tonight, ladies and gentlemen. The system, when the system becomes a weapon against black men. Do you hear Sister Ali telling us things to come because of the system? All these things are happening 40 years later. Shahrazad Ali should be a retired woman right now. She had to come out of retirement to talk about these things even today. She's much older. And she's talking about these things still today about this book that she wrote and how men would suffer in the company of their own women. Let's finish.
The woman's educational background is, in fact, we have proven that the more education we get, the more ignorant we get in front of our neighbors. These words sound like that I'm saying that now you ought to go home and bow down on your knees to your man or become subjugated or submit. You know, we have a real hard time with that word submit.
Listen to the men. You hear the men? Those men who are yelling and screaming right now, those are the men who were not afraid to speak up there 40 years ago. They said, yes. They ain't going to submit. Yes. They were dealing with it then. Yeah. I hear you, fellas. All the men probably dead right now, but I hear them. Come on.
We represent the missing link as black women. The black man has been dissected, examined, the white man, the white woman, and the black child. But it has been us as black women who have never been examined. We have been protected. We have been insulated. We have been kept from any kind of criticism about our personal behavior in the home and outside of the home. And we have been given the false compliment that we are the backbone of the black nation. There is no doubt in any community in this country that the men in those communities are the backbone of their nations. There's no doubt in the white community that the white man is the backbone of his nation. The European, the Buddhist, the Korean, the Japanese, the Hispanic, all of those men are the backbones of their community, and there's no doubt about it. It is only in the Black community where those values have been transposed and where they put that burden on us and tell us that we are the backbone of the Black community, which is a direct insult to the Black man and implies that he don't have no backbone and that his women have to represent him. I remind people all the time that God did not make the white man, the white woman, the Black woman, and then the Black man. He made the Black man first, and he created all the rest of the people after him. In 1985, I was going about the country trying to still work to teach our people something, trying to get them to stop eating pork. And at that time, I was having what I call get off those hog lectures. And I would take the microscope out, and I would show Black people how even if you cook pork, you couldn't kill the worm. I would show them that the worm was still alive in the meat after heat, because that's what they told us, that you could cook it and kill the worm. And so I would show them what it did to the brain and the spinal column. And so there were many Black men who wanted to stop eating pork. They wanted to change their diets, and they were in agreement. But it was the Black woman who I found who was the most adamant, who refused to change her cooking habits, who didn't want to shop differently, who didn't want to do any different meal planning. And so I say, well, now, if we are refusing to provide the Black man with the proper physical food when we know food is what sustains life, then what else are we keeping from him?
Man, I love Charles. I just love her. I do. There's just no ifs, ands, and buts about it. So guys, listen, I want to say this in closing. I'm going to show this other video because I found this video as a little boy. I want to say this real quick. Guys, the system is going to be used against us. There's nothing we can do about it. The best advice I can give you, men who are watching right now, if you're with a woman who has used the system against you, called the police on you, treated you bad, try to corrupt your character and emasculate you, whether in front of family, children, co-workers, so on and so forth, you need to leave her. You need to pack your bags, leave everything, leave her. Because again, scripture backs this up. If you're a believer, scripture backs this up. Okay. It says, and like I quoted at the beginning, it says, the scripture says, if any man finds indecency in his wife, he is to give her a certificate of divorce and ask her to leave his house. The Bible also says he wants you to live life and live life more abundantly, meaning he wants you to be happy here. He don't want you to be sneaky. He don't want you to be trying to investigate your woman and try to see if she's cheating on you, if other niggas' numbers in her phone, if she DMing other niggas, if she Snapchatting other niggas, all of that stuff. If you got to watch her, you don't need her. If you got to watch her, you don't need her. Because if you catch her, you might beat her. So we definitely don't want that. Okay. I had a little poetry for y'all. So you definitely want to get out of these relationships with these women who you're married to and or not married to, who are causing strife and this demonic pull in your life on your soul. For sure. For sure. So I say that's the advice I wanted to give. If you're in a sexless marriage, if you got to sit in your truck outside your house every day, and if you've done all you can do, you got to go. There's so much more life waiting for you outside the door. Aren't you tired? Aren't you tired of sitting in your truck every day you come home from work? Because you don't know what you're walking into. Aren't you tired of not knowing what you're walking into? Aren't you tired of walking in and your shoulders are hurting or your leg is hurting? Your home, brothers, sirs, listen, your home is supposed to be your hospital. After a long day work, your woman is supposed to be there for you. She's your help. She needs to rub those knots out in your back and your shoulder. Rub those knots out in your leg and massage your calves and make sure you're good. Feed you really good. Make sure you're good. That's what's supposed to happen. You're supposed to feel good. Your woman is supposed to make you feel good. She's supposed to make you feel amazing. And if she does not help you, if she does not lend a hand to you, if she does not be there for you, if she's emasculating you, if she's talking down to you, it is time to go. Stop listening to these uneducated, double-breasted suit pastors with rings on each finger who's probably trying to have sex with your wife while you're on your third shift at work. You need to listen. You know what? Any man who can read, let him read the word of God. That's what the Bible says. Read it for yourself. That God does not want men in these toxic relationships and marriages. He wants you to live life and live life more abundantly. So, guys, if you're listening to me, women have the right to go to the judge. She has the right to go. Black women have a relationship with the judge. They have a relationship with the police. They have a relationship with the DA's office. They have a relationship with the child support office. They have a relationship with your HR office. They have a relationship with your mama. They have a relationship with your sisters. They have a relationship with your friends. And these women are highly manipulative. And they love you. My brother said this to me the other day. He said, man, they love you until they don't. And when they don't, they will destroy you. How many men out there that are watching right now? I got JT in the back. I'm bringing him up just a second. How many of you guys right now know a man who was in a bad relationship? He chose to do the right thing by leaving the relationship so the relationship wouldn't change him into something he's not. And he leaves it and he finds somebody else who's beautiful and romantic and wants to be with him and wants to travel with him and wants to love on him and give him all that he needs sexually, mentally, physically, spiritually. She's not only fucking him, but she's uplifting him. She's up for him. She's higher than anything he's ever had before in his goddamn life. She's everything to him. And then I guarantee you, you better not let your ex see her, because any agreement you have with your ex is over, because the courts are going to help her destroy you, all because you moved on with your life. I'm preaching tonight. I know it. I'm going to take up an offering later. Ladies and gentlemen, my brother from another mother, JT, is in the building, ladies and gentlemen. What's going on, JT, man? How you doing tonight, my brother? You muted.
How's my mic, man? How you doing, brother?
Oh, yeah, you good, bro.
All right.
Man,
See you
listen.
up here cooking, boy. I see you up here cooking.
Man, I'm trying to, my brother. You see the title tonight, Because She Can, when the system becomes a weapon against black men. I just listened to our sister, Shahzad Ali.
Yeah, I was listening in the clouds. Absolutely.
But I want to play this video because I want you to see how the system they can use the system against you, but you can't use the system to stop mamas from doing this to our sons. Let me play this for you guys. And I hope and pray that you're ready for this. JT, I hope you're ready. This woman did a video of her son, her transitioning her own son, black boy, young boy. And you'll see the flamboyant spirit of his mother he took on. Let me play this for you, my brother.
Glass up in the sky, bottle champagne, living my life.
What court system gonna step up and say, hey, that's a boy? What are we doing here? If his daddy say, hey, this my son, he going to jail. JT, am I if I'm wrong, tell me tonight. If a daddy saw that, if you're the father, JT, what are you saying to her when you see that?
I'm pressing charges, man. That's crazy.
So under what
black
under
men.
what pretense? But under what pretense would you press charges that they won't look at you and say, if that's what she want to do with her child, that's her child? This is what I'm talking about. This is exactly what I'm talking about. A man can't say shit. You can't say nothing. It's your child. You can't say nothing. You invested in this child every month with child support payments. You can't tell her nothing. I'm going to put pink hair on my damn son, have him sitting up here smooching his damn lips. That boy probably ain't no more than 12 years old. 11, possibly. That's his mama. His mama.
You know, we've been doing shows, Black Man, and we've been talking about this whole thing on parents ruining their children, specifically the mom. When we start talking about it, what do they say? We bashing Black women.
Yeah, exactly.
When we sit back and we say, look, we got these women and these young women, these young men out of their natural, they're being messed with, right?
Yep.
It's the static that keeps young folks from growing naturally into what they're supposed to be growing into. And for the most part, the mom is interrupting it, right? Because she's putting on her shit onto that child. What we just witnessed right there is one of many. But even when we have men that come up here, they would get in our way and they would say, it's just a small percentage. They don't say that it's growing rapidly.
Yeah, come on, talk to me.
They don't say that, yeah, I can understand it's a small percentage, but it is growing. Every problem is growing.
Yep.
They don't start out where it's just, you have a large percentage. It start out as a small percentage. That right there is child abuse.
I agree.
That's child abuse. What we just saw right there, this is what's crazy. Not only do I not like for young men to be groomed this way, I don't like for young women to be groomed. I don't want my daughter to be looking like that.
Yeah, running around. Yeah, you know what? I wish my daughter would come. What?
At this point, it's not even about if you don't want your young man or you don't want neither one of them. They look like cartoon characters, Muppets. They literally look like Muppets. But we would have the people that have come out that's supposed to be the people that's for the community that would sit back and say, that's just a small percentage. That's just a small percentage of them. And what that tells me is that these are a lot of people that's just in their own little bubble.
Yep.
When the problem gets so bad where you can't do anything about it, then they're going to say, well, where did this come from? I simply would say from you. Benign neglect. Being able to say, no, that ain't never happened. That's why when I hear people say, oh my God, these children are just so disrespectful. Where did that come from? Their parents. What are you talking about?
Yep.
You just showed a video with the sister, Sahara. She was, matter of fact, dog, that's almost 50 years ago, Black Man. Really. This was like in 1982, 83 when she was doing these. And she was, look, I didn't see none of that. What she was talking about, I didn't see any of that until I got grown. Until the 2000s. And this lady have a book right now, and that book is still a great seller. It's more of a bestseller now than it was when she brought it out in 1986. What's one of them is the Guide to Understanding the Black Woman, the Guide to Understanding the Black Man. There's two of them.
There's two of them, yeah.
And she has, it's another one that she had. These are 1980 books that she's written. And you had women that were saying that the same way that they doing it now. Dog, these conversations that we have at Black Man, these conversations been going on for over 50 years, homie. The same exact speech. The Black woman not respecting the Black man. Well, if Black men were to take their family, then Black women could do it. the submissive talk, all of this stuff. You can look it up, right? It's documented. It's documented. I've did shows on it. You've did shows on it. We've collaborated on shows where we've had this 50-year conversation. And guess what? Shouts out to, even though he's a damn troll, still my homie, Scam Likely. They ain't listening. Their answer is, I'm not going. No. That's one thing he's definitely right about.
Yep, I agree.
So when we looking at what we're having right now, we have a bunch of women that is outlandishly right in your face, showing you how to destroy the black man. How we gonna end up having a community where we're gonna end up coming together? That's why I was telling people, when they get to talking that kumbaya and black people will be coming. No, we will not. It will never be that way again.
Yeah.
You better get, like I said, you better get your family together. Shout out to Jeff Brown, Uncle Jeff. You better get your tribe.
Yeah.
That what we seen back then, it ain't happening. You ain't gonna ever see black. You ain't gonna never see Big Mama. You ain't gonna never see, because this is the thing. We still had to love each other through our flaws. These ain't flaws we seeing right now. This is people that's destroying the younger folks. It was a time, bro, where when you was a kid, you couldn't even watch a movie if it didn't have G-rated.
Right.
PG. What ended up happening when they get, because that's all it used to be. It used to be G, PG, rated R, and then rated X was something else, right?
Yeah, that's porn. I mean, corn.
Damn near, yeah.
Yeah.
Then they end up going to PG-13. You're like, wait, that PG-13 is rated R. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Now it ain't none of that. It doesn't matter. Why? Because it's way, way more accessible.
And you're right. I haven't seen that on the front of them. I haven't seen that on a movie in a long time. PG-13, R-rated, none of that shit. They took that off. Like, they don't even care. Kids just watch whatever.
Yeah. And it's because they got kids. They've been in this whole thing of they've been trying to do this ball of confusion for so damn long. When you ended up having all of these damn politicians putting this shit in politics, where they want to have somebody in where you gotta have pronouns and all this crazy ass shit. Yeah. They just putting it in a ball of confusion.
Yep.
It's all they want people to stay, and they like being confused.
Yep. Thank you, Obama.
And what's the other lady name? The damn it's so bad I don't even remember that lady's name. The Indian lady that posed to be black.
Oh, Kamala.
Right? You have them. These folks are what they put in the forefront.
Yep.
See, that's all we seen was them in the forefront. But when you see Obama, you best believe there's millions of people that's following Obama. When you see Kamala, it's millions of people that's following her. That's why when people talk about the president we have right now, Donald Trump, he's doing this, and how the fuck is he doing this by himself? These are millions of people that are doing whatever it is that they're doing, and they put these people in the forefront, and they give them titles like president, vice president.
Right.
They give them, you know what I'm saying? Because let me tell you what you don't hear a lot of people complaining about. The ones that's closer to them damn congressmen. How about that? You don't hear nobody talk about the Trump this and the Trump that. No, your Congress. Why you never talk about your congressmen? Because that's the closer one to you. That's the one that has to go in there. Why you never talk about your senator? You know why? Because they don't know who their senator is.
Right.
They don't know who their congressman is.
And I said the other day, and I have it right here in front of me. I said the other day, people were talking about, oh, I can't believe what I'm seeing with Trump. And I said, well, we didn't kick out Obama when he did the same thing. I said during the presidency, Barack Obama authorized military bombing campaigns at least 7 countries: Afghanistan, Pakistan, Iraq, Syria, Libya, Yemen, and Somalia. In his final year in office in 2016, the U.S. dropped 26,000 bombs, primarily targeting Syria and Iraq. May 2012, Obama became the first sitting U.S. president to publicly endorse same-sex marriage. Beyond his personal endorsement, Obama administration took several legal executive steps and paved the way for nationwide marriage equality. Ending Don't Ask, Don't Tell in December 2010, he signed a repeal of the policy that barred openly gay, lesbian, or bisexual people from serving in the military. Challenging the DOMA in 2011, his administration stopped defending the Defense of Marriage Act, which is DOMA, which defined marriage as is only between a man and a woman, implementing after the Supreme Court struck down part of DOMA in the United States versus Windsor. 2013, he ordered federal agencies to extend benefits to same-sex marriage couples. All right. Then, on top of that, we talk about immigration. The term deporter-in-chief was critical moniker given to Barack Obama by immigrant right activists, most notably Janet Magu of Unidos. I don't know where she's from. Then the National Council of La Raza in 2014, he reflected frustration over the record-breaking number of formal removals conducted during his administration. Now watch this. It gets interesting. Deportation statistics. During his two terms, Barack Obama in 2009 to 2017, the Obama administration oversaw approximately 3 million formal removals, the highest number of any U.S. president to that point. Peak year in fiscal year 2012, deportations reached an all-time high of over 400,000 people a year. Comparison, Obama's total of 3 million removals exceed those of George W. Bush and Donald Trump.
Yeah.
So how were we sitting up here talking about Trump? Obama gave you sissy marriages. He blew up countries the whole time he was in there, and he deported 400,000 people a year, more than George Bush and Donald Trump combined.
Yeah.
But we ain't talk about that because we say he the black man. He the black man. So Obama did nothing for black people. He did everything for his community. He loved the gays. He did everything for the gay community. He did nothing for us niggas. That's why when Kamala Harris was running, what did she say? Am I gonna do something for black people? No, I'm not just gonna do anything for black people. I'm about black people. Right? Here go Anissa. Now I knew she was coming because I knew she'd be listening. Anissa said the difference is how he did it. You can tell the difference between an administration that knows what they're doing and an administration that fun. Listen. I don't give a damn how you do it. If you dropping bombs, it's still killing people. See, that's that bullshit. If Obama dropped all these bombs on people, let me, because maybe Anissa didn't hear me initially, and maybe she needs to go fact check me and get all these answers. It says during his presidency, Barack Obama authorized military. Obama authorized, not Congress, not Senate. It says Obama solely authorized military bombing campaigns in at least 7 countries: Afghanistan, Pakistan, Iraq, Syria, Libya, Yemen, and Somalia. In his final year, he had dropped 26,000 bombs, primarily targeting Syria and Iraq. I ain't trying to hear it. He was fucking people up in 7 different countries. As soon as Donald Trump said, we're going to blow all them bitches up, everybody mad because he's saying it out loud. Obama did it quietly. So what's the difference between the two? Now, Donald Trump believes in marriage between a man and a woman. Barack Obama believed that all instances deserve an opportunity to kiss each other in the mouth. Matter of fact, not only did Obama do that, matter of fact, he had them change. You remember JT? They had him change the colors in front of the White House to the rainbow colors. To show that he was in step with the LGBTQ. I ain't seen no green, black, and red up there for Africa or Jamaica. I ain't seen nobody representation of no African American people or no black people. I ain't seen him sing and lift every voice and sing for no niggas. Nothing. Here go Anissa again. She loved Trump so much she might well get him mad. She said the chaos that we were having with Trump and his immigration policy, you didn't hear a peep about the 400,000 people when Obama sent it. It don't matter. See, you see, JT, do you see what I'm saying?
I already know.
It's supposed to be, if it's quiet, it's okay to deport 400,000 people a year. But if it's loud, it's not okay. What's the fucking difference? These people still they gave him a nickname, Deporter in Chief, because he is the only U.S. president in the United States history who have deported more people than any other president, including Donald Trump. Somebody talk to me. 400,000 people a year from the time he got in office until the time he got out.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody trying to hear that shit. Unless ain't nobody trying to hear that shit.
And you being in Texas probably will hear it a lot more than anybody else in the United States on that standpoint, because you stay way closer to the west part of Texas that's closer to Mexico than anybody else. There's parts of Texas that's basically Mexico. you got what's that one where they had the name of that doggone city that's over there, man? San Antonio, is it San Antonio where they had the big massacre? No. It was in
not
San Antonio.
Yes.
It's
if you didn't tell me, I could have told you.
Damn, it's like 2 hours away from Laredo, Texas. Damn. I kind of messed it up, but we'll get to it. But see, in Texas, they would hear a lot more about it.
Uvalde.
You would hear way more because you're in Texas, right? Just right. Like we would hear a lot more, even though it is more of a global type of thing. But you don't hear all of that stuff on CNN, and you don't hear all that shit on Fox and all that shit because they have a mission. But if you listen to what's local to y'all in Texas, and if you listen to world news, U.S. China, news, things like that don't have a real, they're not trying to veer people. They just giving you the news. You hear it that way, then it's something different. But check this out, bro. We already understand, especially that ain't shit you can do about the whole thing when it comes down to war. It is what it is. By the time we get the news about why these motherfuckers are getting striked and bombed and all that shit, it's like the shit was already planned to be done 2 years ago. It's not the president. Even though he's the highest ranking officer in the military, all four branches, does not mean that he's the one that's running that shit. He's just the man that oversees the United States. Talk about the colonel. Talk about the general. You know why they can't? Because they don't know who the fucking general is. They don't know who the Secretary of Defense is. They don't know none of this shit. So the only thing they can do is point fingers at presidents. That's it. And the only thing they're gonna do is complain. So what? It's gonna get done. At the end of the day, what's being closer to us is this. We have locally and globally being in the middle of a world that's being destroyed because people love being in a ball of confusion. They don't like people to be able to put them and compartmentalize and to be able to have things to be enforced. They don't like it because they want to be free. They want to be fairies. This is what we're looking at now. They want to be able to just complain and blame. That's all we hear pretty much. Why you think I'm like, yeah, I don't do all that I hate Trump argument and I love Trump argument. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit.
Yeah,
what I care about is where I fit in.
Clip this. Clip this. Obama didn't do anything but for black people. Mm-hmm. But he gave you BBD. Bombs, booty, and deportation. Bombs, booty, and deportation. That's all he gave you.
BBD.
BBD. That's all he gave you. And I'm not trying to hear nothing else about Obama. His wife beat him. His daughters didn't want to change their name because they don't want their name on their books.
Yeah, facts.
But all he did for the country, for black people, It showed us that he didn't want to do shit for us. All he gave us was bomb, booty, and deportation. That's it.
I think that it was a good lesson that we had to learn. I think a great lesson we had to learn. I bet you it's a great lesson because now, at the end of the day, does it even mean anything to have a black president? Does it matter?
He ruined it for everybody.
It don't matter. It don't matter. It does not matter at all. I remember, what was that, 2008? When he ended up being inaugurated as the president and how the world was like, we won. And then 4 years after that, you like, we won a dumbass prize.
That's it. Anissa says it's a lie. After that, Anissa, tell me one thing Obama did for black people.
She ain't gonna be able to answer that, man.
She ain't got no answer. She finna go to sleep. She finna go to sleep.
She is not. She's the antagonist. That's all she is. The residential antagonist. That's all this is. And I love you, Anissa, but you know what it is, girl. You know what it is.
Anissa, Obama was not scared to help another man find another booty. But he was scared to stand up for the rights of black people. He never mentioned at one time about reparations. He never mentioned better schools. He never mentioned education system or getting more of these, what do you call them? For the kids to learn welding and trades, right? Put more trades into the school for kids. No, all he wanted was to say, you can have whatever, men, listen to me. You can have whatever booty hole you want, and I'm going to make it legal. Matter of fact, go to Syria and bomb them bitches. All of them. Matter of fact, drop 26,000 on their motherfucking ass. And then he came back and told the Mexicans, I know you like picking the fields. I know you like picking the tomatoes. I know you like cleaning the office buildings, but you motherfuckers got to go. And 400,000 people a year under the Obama administration was deported out of the United States. 400,000 people a year, meaning he's done more than Bush and Trump. But everybody got a problem with ICE when it's in Trump cup. But ain't nobody saying about the ICE that was in Obama's.
Yeah,
clip that.
Yeah, absolutely. It's all like I said, it's all a farce. You got people complaining about shit they ain't got no business complaining about. Whatever happened to Black Man? Whatever happened to all the what was it, 300,000 jobs that was lost?
Oh,
whatever happened to the 300,000 jobs that the black women had lost? 300,000.
Yeah.
Why you don't hear nobody else talking? Why you don't hear them talking about it no more, Black Man? Why you don't hear them saying it? Last February, 300,000 jobs was lost. Black women lost 300,000 jobs. You know why? You know why? Because first and foremost, they didn't lose them. They got the service package, and then they ended up getting them jobs back.
Talk to them tonight.
Not only did they get the 300,000 jobs back, but they got 30 more thousand jobs back also. If you look it up. And in the meanwhile, watch this. In 3 months, black men have lost their jobs. You don't hear nobody talking about it. 300,000 jobs have been lost by black men. In 3 months now. We at an all-time low. Where is the outcry for it? Where the people talking about it?
Nobody.
Ain't nobody talking about that. Look it up.
I'm looking up something right now. I got something else for Anissa tonight. I'm gonna make her drink a whole jug of wine and go to bed. I got something for her right now. Let's see. Oh yeah, here we go. Now I'm looking here, Anissa. You sure talk a lot about old brother Trump. But I'm looking here, and I typed in here, what did Barack Obama do for HBCUs? Stay with me now. It said Obama restored, hold on. He got Parent Plus loan changes, tightened credit requirements for Parent Plus loans. Thousands of HBCU students lost access to funding temporarily. Enrollment dropped at several HBCUs under the Obama administration. What? I can't believe what I'm hearing. It says he boosted Pell Grants, increased the maximum Pell Grant award, significantly expanded eligibility. This was huge because many HBCU students rely heavily on Pell Grants, help more students afford tuition and stay enrolled. Okay, that's sweet. Visibility and advocacy. Frequently spoke at HBCUs like Howard, promoted college completion, workforce readiness, and STEM opportunities. It says Parent Plus change hurt HBCUs significantly at first. Some felt funding increases were not enough long term. Whoa. Oh, whoa. Now, then I also typed in, listen to me, stay with me now. I also typed in, what did Trump do for HBCUs? Listen to me now. It says Trump, what did Donald Trump do for HBCUs? It says, made HBCU funding more permanent. He signed the Future Act. This permanently funds HBCUs at $255 million a year forever.
Damn.
Are we listening? Before the funding had to be renewed every few years. Before he did this, funding had to be renewed every few years, and there was controversy on renewing. Every year, the number would drop significantly. Donald Trump signed the Future Act to put $255 million per year in the pockets of HBCUs.
Yeah.
It was issued an executive order moving the HBCU initiative into the White House, aimed to give HBCUs more direct federal attention and coordination. He increased the federal funding with Congress. HBCU funding increased during his administration. Funding is controlled by Congress and cannot be changed. It is an executive order.
Yeah.
Now, they said Obama raised up the loan fees and everybody dropped out of college. They say Trump is giving $255 million a year. Somebody talk to me. I'm trying to understand what we talking about here. Because I ain't no other president, but Barack, and I ain't see Michelle out in front of the White House with her leotard on talking about HBCUs giving more money to you. Nothing. I didn't see nothing.
Nothing.
All of a sudden now, everybody want to be mad at Trump. Trump blowing up shit out loud and he giving money away out loud. HBCUs got their money.
I mean, they couldn't wait till Trump get into office anyway, because if you notice, between Obama and Trump, what shit happening? It was just a bunch of motherfuckers.
Nothing.
Wasn't nothing going on. There was nothing going on between Obama and Trump. That's why we can't even speak on the current president, because he did nothing for nobody. His vice president was sitting there trying to make all these accommodations for, shout out to my boy, Mr. Fantastic, the brotherfuckers.
Right.
And them damn feminists.
Yep.
That's all we had. That's why you ain't got nobody. And they were quiet. The people, Anissa included, they were quiet. As a matter of fact, during that administration's being in there, Black Man, what did people complain about?
Which one? Trump. Oh, yeah.
Trump.
Even Biden. Biden said, you ain't black if you don't vote for me. And right after that, he lost his mind. I remember seeing the video. See, this is shit they don't talk about. I remember seeing the video of Biden going to walking toward the woods with his hand out, trying to shake the damn tree hand. And everybody told me, oh no, he just going through something. Then he did another speech. He said, I just want to welcome. I want to say thank you to my wife. And somebody whispered in his ear, bitch ass nigga, your wife not even here. You know, and then you got Kamala Harris. Yeah, Kamala. You got her. If it's snowing outside, it's because it's cold. And the snow is there because it's cold outside. What the fuck is happening? This is who you wanted to vote for? I'm sorry. I don't understand.
You can't build a tree without having the leaves to come down with the tree.
Yeah.
And the snow has to be able to do it. I don't understand why you can't get it. Like, what the hell is we talking about?
And I'm going to say this too. And Nissa said, that is fantastic. And black men still don't want to go to college. Ain't that some shit? You know what? You're right. You know why we don't want to go to college? Because y'all leading the way. Y'all showing us that if we go to college, we're going to be in debt forever. we're going to enroll and not stay. Because that's the two things about black women going to college. You're the most enrolled, and when you graduate, you're the most in debt. Not the Mexican, not the white woman, not the Asian chick. Black women are the most in debt women after they leave college. You niggas are in debt deep. And so, yes, that's why the black men ain't going. It's like, shit, I don't want to fuck my credit up. I ain't trying to be in debt like these women. I'm sorry. So we appreciate you.
Right. And to have a damn degree that the only thing it's good for is being on a mantle.
Exactly.
What you talking about?
And on top of that, how many women got degrees and they don't even work in the degree that they got? I know women right now who got 3 degrees and they working under other people.
I mean, what you gonna do? Let me ask you this, black man. What would you do with a degree in African American studies?
Hold on. I want to address something. I want to play a game because we ain't got long before we get out of here. We got 9 minutes. I got time. Ashley Virgo's Flame 21. Thank you for being here.
The troll.
I appreciate you. She said, we educated and make more than you Negroes. You know what? You're right. You're the most educated and you make more money. And you also, you women like yourself, you also have bought all the roses. The animal shelters are empty because you bought all the dogs.
And cats.
You have no man. You're not married. You're going to die by yourself with your money going to the state. That's what's going to happen. You have no children.
Going into probate. That's it.
All that shit. Go do that. Ski. All that shit. Go ski. Go ski.
Hold on. Now the new sorority is clock it.
Yeah.
Clock it. Clock it.
You know we're gonna click that, baby.
You gotta click it.
Dumb fi dumb. I know goddamn well that we are not. This is what we have right now. Oh yeah, she's definitely a troll, no doubt.
Absolutely,
she's definitely a troll.
But she could be a troll. But I'm a troll killer because my thing is this: you could come over here. Well, I'm gonna fry your ass like chicken. My thing is this: you're the most. You're the most educated. You're the most in debt, and then on top of that, you're the most educated, and you're the most single mothers. So then. You're the most educated, you're the most single mothers, and your children are reading on a 4th grade level and they're freshmen in high school.
Yeah.
So your kids are the dumbest. So I'm trying to understand the benefits of it. It don't seem like you guys have a lot of benefits if your kids can't read, you in debt, but y'all the most enrolled and the most educated. Somebody please tell me what's wrong.
Dumb fi dumb.
Oh, Ashley, you a man? Ashley, you a man? Oh, this gets better.
Ashley is a man.
That's a man. I ain't never heard a man named Ashley. Maybe he made a mistake in his name. Maybe it's supposed to be Ashford.
Or Ashley.
Ashley.
He's a eunuch. Like, God damn, you went too far. You can't be a man or a woman.
Anissa said, you black man got big. What'd she say? You black men got bigger problems. What'd she say? Bigger problems than sitting up here talking about this mess. You really need to do better. Anissa. Now, since we cooked you on Obama and his husband, now you mad. And now you mad. And I see why Obama chose to do the gay thing over the black thing, because he didn't want to make his husband mad.
Oh my God.
Oh, here she go. Now she throwing shots. She drunk. She said, "You're so stupid. How about you go to college and major in STEM so you can get out of college and make enough money? Even if you had to pay back a student loan, you could afford it." Anissa, that's okay. So that's a one-off. But we know that black women are not going to college for STEM.
Yeah,
they're going for basket weaving degrees. They're not going for STEM. And I'm gonna look it up right now, and I'm gonna tell you before we get out of here. Okay, I'm gonna show you what percentage. I'm so glad for AI. Black women go to college for STEM. I'm finna kick her in the balls right now. I love you though. Let's see. Let me kick her in her balls right now. Let's see. What's the percentage? It's searching. Uh-oh. Lord have mercy. Anissa, I want you to walk outside. Go in your kitchen, get a butter knife, walk outside, run real fast, trip and fall on top of it. Because it says right here that only 6% of black women go to college for STEM.
Damn.
6%. So you guys are the most enrolled and you're the most educated, but you niggas don't go to college for STEM.
No, it's
hey, what's up, B Moore? What's going on? He said Baltimore in the house. What's going on, Baltimore?
Yeah,
so
it's
listen,
basically massage therapy, CNA, shit like that. What else they go to for? Like I said, African American studies.
Yeah,
you gonna pay all that damn money for somebody to teach you how to be an African American. Liberal arts, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And then we got to talk about who graduate with a degree and what type of degree is that. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, man. Shit is wild.
So that's what I was trying to tell Anissa.
It's basically a lie anyway. We already understand. You don't make more money, and you don't, and you're not more educated. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. And even if it was true, we talked about it before, Black Man. Matter of fact, I think it was last week we talked about it. Why the fuck are we even having a conversation with black women about who's better in education and who has more money? That's why we have the problems we have right now, because they ass always trying to be in a dick measuring contest with the man, and they ain't even got a fucking dick.
Exactly.
That's why we got a problem.
And I'll say this, because remember the other day they talking about it's a low percentage. What did our boy Taru say? It's a low percentage. It's a low percentage. New York City just named the very first office of LGBTQ today.
They got what they call it.
They got their own building and they got their own president.
They got their own embassy. They got their own embassy.
Yeah, they got their own embassy on Booty Hole Avenue. They got their own embassy.
Be on the lookout for them in all 50 states.
All 50. Booty Duty Lane. Anissa, again, she talking about men, now she want to switch it to men. You said women were the most educated. They're not. They're most in debt, and they don't go to school for STEM. Okay, that's the only thing I got left to say. JT, thank you for being here tonight, my brother. I love you, man. Thank you for coming up. We about to be about this thing, man. We'll see y'all next week. Until next time, go get a glass of wine on me. Peace.